Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. And it's Capella in at the 5, down low. Doris, the depth of talent for these two teams, a real point of pride for both.
Well, I think both of these front offices take extraordinary pride, Kevin, in their ability to surround their star players, and you have to have stars. But the key is the guys around them. What is their fit? Do they complement the stars' greatest attributes? That is the measure of a great front office.
On its way from Irving for 2. It's hauled in by Clint Capella.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Pass to Westbrook. And he makes good on the layup.
Westbrook can absorb contact, Kevin. He's got great focus and great finishing ability.
Irving looking for an opening. Lock at 6. That one no good. And it's Houston the other way. Harden outside. It's good.
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Nets. 4-point game. Harris outside. The pass to Irving. There's the 3. Again, Irving missing.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
And here's Westbrook from the arc. Rebounded by the Nets. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Right side, Jordan. And a wide open look for Irving. Hits the jumper in space.
Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
Well, great to see KD back on the court. That heartbreaking moment where he went down in Game 5 of the 2019 Finals. Wow, so hard, Greg, to watch.
And KD clearly gave everything he had to try and win in the finals. Warriors fans appreciate his efforts. Softened the blow as he left for the Nets. The Warriors ownership already promising to retire Durant's number up in the rafters.
Not a lot falling for him in this quarter. He's got to stay aggressive, try to break through, see if you can get an easy opportunity.
Harden outside. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
And defensively, you got to respect Harden's ability to drive. That just makes him exponentially more difficult to guard out at the line.
Durant kicks to Jordan. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one's on Eric Gordon. And even after the Achilles tear for Durant in the 2019 Finals, he got a huge contract after he opted out.
Most teams felt they were willing to pay him while he rehabbed for a year. That was the case as the Nets gave him a 4-year max money deal. His next chapter is underway as he changed his number to 7.
What you love about Kevin Durant is he's an MVP level candidate every year, and yet there's a hunger and a thirst to get better at basketball. This is so fun to watch.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Daniel House has checked in for P.J. Tucker. Green comes in for Eric Gordon. And it's Rivers in for Russell Westbrook. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Jared Allen.
Well, January 15th of 2015 provided a special moment in NBA history. Austin Rivers made his debut for the Clippers guys, who were coached, of course, by Doc Rivers. That was the first time in history a father coached his son in an NBA game. What a special, special time.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
And what a journey it's been for Austin Rivers since being drafted 10th overall back in 2012. Looked like he might not have what it takes to be an NBA player early, but he persevered and is now an integral part of this group.
Rodions Kurucs, he's checked in for the Nets. He's perfect from the line this time. And with Rivers, he's never given up on himself and continued to add to his game. Even, Greg, as he's gone from team to team.
You know, he's shown that he can function as either the point or off guard and still give great production from either spot. And as he grows older, you could see him being a top-level sixth man for the rest of his career.
.143 left in the first quarter. Allen passes to Kurucs. 4 on the shot clock. Three-pointer.
Yeah, love the job they've done here to protect the paint.
Rockets on offense. They're on a 12-4 run. Green kicks to Rivers. LeVert against Harden. That one goes in for him, too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
I'll tell you, this lead's not going anywhere with this guy making plays. What a quarter.
Dinwiddie, the bounce pass. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Baskets like this demonstrate who Caris LeVert is. This guy is a fighter. Well, think back to Caris LeVert's career at Michigan. It was marred by 3 foot surgeries in just 22 months. And obviously, the medical red flags caused his draft stock to dip. But credit the Nets, who picked him up with the 20th pick back in 2016.
And the free throw drops for LeVert.
Well, it's no secret, guys, that Caris LeVert can flat out score the basketball. I think the key for him moving forward, just become more and more efficient because the ability is there.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Dinwiddie against Rivers. Passes it to LeVert. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on James Harden.
Earning a trip to the line, Caris LeVert is one tough guy. Has had to fight through so many leg injuries over the course of his career. Incredible.
He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game. And the free throw drops for LeVert. And the Rockets making a change here. Tucker's checked in. And so he hits both. There's 39 seconds left to play here in the first. Here's Rivers. They kick it out to Green. And again, the Rockets good for 2.
Well, the coaching staff loves seeing this kind of playmaking from Austin Rivers, the willingness to share the basketball.
19 seconds left in the first. LeVert the pass to Kurucs. Dinwiddie outside. And again, it's the Nets missing. And so the first quarter is in the books. Houston on top, up by 9. We'll be back shortly, live from Houston, Texas. Russell Westbrook, a surly disposition on the court, but he talks about the power of positivity.
Throughout the years, I've been trying to find ways to be a better leader. Leadership was a huge thing, and I felt the way I reacted to certain plays and my facial expressions and my demeanor can change a lot for a teammate.
A You can't win it alone.
And for superstar players like Westbrook, individual greatness isn't enough. It's about elevating the team around him.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
Tucker and Capella are up front. Green is out there with Rivers, and it's House, and at the three, the small forward. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets. Green against Prince. Rockets with the rebound. Capella's got 6 rebounds in the game. Outside, House. Allen with the rebound. And so it's Dinwiddie who brings up the ball for Brooklyn. They trail by 9 points. Ball's knocked loose, stolen by Rivers. Oh, and here we go. Green's got it, the fast break chance. LeVert with it. 5 points in the game. Pass to Allen. Fades and shoots. Doesn't go that time. And Houston the other way now. And if there was ever a definition of a glue guy, Greg, it would be P.J. Tucker. He's so valuable to his team.
You know, P.J. gives you production in every way, and his impact really goes beyond the stats. All the little things that coaches want their players to do, that's really the motto of Tucker's game. And buckets like that have been hard to come by. Not the most exciting game. Both sides look way off in terms of their shooting.
Well, you have to appreciate the defensive battle for sure. Both squads struggling on the offensive end. We call this grit and grind.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kenny Atkinson, who's a native of Long Island, now has his dream job, coaching the Brooklyn Nets. He doesn't need praise or recognition. Instead, he's fueled by the fear of failure. He says, I always feel like I'm one banana peel away from never being in the NBA again. Kevin, he's got his team playing with that same determination.
David, he sure does. Thank you very much. And there's the foul. Will go on P.J. Tucker. That is his first foul of the game. James Harden, he's checked in for the Rockets. Here's Irving. Harris outside. Jordan finds Harris. Shot clock at 5. Shoots it up. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
So smooth with the shot mechanics. Joe Harris, what a pretty jumper.
Pass to Tucker. Takes the 3. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Irving passes to Harris. Lobs it up for Jordan. Doris, you played, you've coached, you've broadcast, you've done it all in this business. How did you like to be coached when you were a player at the very top of your game?
Yeah, I think one of my favorite things were coaches who challenged me, those who would not allow me to accept the level I was currently at, those who wanted to push me and extend and expand my game. Listen, every player wants to be respected. Every player wants to feel valued. But the great ones to me, the LeBron James, the Kevin Durant's, they want to be coached hard. They want you to push them to the greatest possible level they're capable of.
It's great insight.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip end.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Harden's shot is good.
Well, Russell Westbrook has excelled at being a facilitator. You love when he's focused on making his teammates better.
Irving kicks to Harris. Back to Irving. Outside Durant. Shoots the 3. They get it back. Jordan. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. Jordan's got 6.
Well, a tough first quarter for this guy. You like to see the shot go in. Nicely done.
Outside, House. Tucker. And it's Durant with the rebound. Nets trail by 10. Kicks it to Irving. There's 45 seconds left now here in the second. Jordan trying to free himself up. A nice shot by Irving.
Well, the ability to score at all three levels makes Kyrie Irving a near impossible check. Good luck, fellas.
Double team on Westbrook. Poke loose. Oh, and here we go. Irving's got it. The fast break chance. And that one drops for him. He has 6.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Harden, no good.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
It's good, and the Rocket lead is cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Kyrie Irving.
Nice little run here to shrink that deficit, but can they get over the hump?
Yeah, it feels like they've ramped up their intensity. They have forced good things to happen. Now they're back in it.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Rockets lead by 2. And now.
Thanks very much, Kevin. Good battle going on tonight. What has been the approach?
Well, we're just trying to pack the paint. Those guys are great. So we're just trying to make them see a few guys, get some deflections, and get some easy baskets.
We'll see if he can keep it going in the second half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. What a pleasure it is to bring you into the 2K studios again. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. James Harden led the way in the first half. He had 12 points and 1 assist. Coming in on the heels of a whopping performance in their last game, he's had no let-up in that fire here tonight. Kenny, what you think about the Rockets?
Well, so
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You gotta like what Harden has done in this game so far.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. Setting the floor for the Nets. We've got Wilson Chandler. Irving is out there with Harris. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Durant in at the 3 spot. Now the pass to Irving. Russell Westbrook with the rebound. Rockets leading by 4.
Well, you knew after. And I just love how aggressive Harden is inside. When he's deep like that, he is ready to finish with authority.
And Greg, when you're discussing and comparing James Harden and what he's done these last few years, you have to do it on a very historic level.
He's going to go down as one of the best to ever play the game. His production is incredible, and the skill level really is groundbreaking. Easily the best off guard in the league.
He throw good, James Harden.
Well, a lot of players can get hot, but nobody can match Harden when he gets locked in. The way he can create space and drill shots from deep, really impossible to guard.
Count it, good.
Boy, KD has such great touch on that floater. An easy, fluid release on what is a really tough shot.
And here's Westbrook from the arc. That shot off. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. And with Harden, he not only gets hot for a game, but stays hot, Greg, for longer periods of time.
And you saw that last year with his streak of 30 and 40-point games. For weeks, he can dominate and really frustrate defenses, and there isn't anything you can do about it.
Irving finds KD. Right around a minute and a half play here in the third quarter.
Well, the size and height of Kevin Durant makes him a prime threat to throw it down. You've got to keep him out of the paint.
Westbrook drives in and Finished off by Westbrook.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pen.
Well, you love that he wants to wear out the defense. What a catalyst for his team. Incredible.
Timeout called, the Nets. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Rivers, he's checked in for James Harden.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. So it's Brooklun now. Passes to LeVert. Here's Karuch. Outside Jordan. Back to Karuch. And Capella sends it back. Rivers against LeVert. Outside Westbrook. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
You know, you think back to the history of players in the NBA and who can match up to the intensity of Russell Westbrook. This guy goes full speed, 100% every second he's on the floor. And regardless of how you rate Westbrook, you have got to admire what he brings nightly.
Jared Allen's checked in for Karuch. Good on the second free throw. And Doris with Westbrook. That competitive fire and edge he plays with can rub some opponents the wrong way.
It can, Kevin, and to be honest, Russell Westbrook probably wants it exactly that way. He's beloved by so many retired players because to them he brings that old school NBA mentality.
And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And so it's Houston with it. Westbrook double team. Pass to Gordon. Fires the three. Another miss by Houston. Nets trail by 8. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Here's Prince. And again, it's the Nets missing.
Boy, a little indecisive. I think he wanted to kick it out, changed his mind, and ended up missing.
And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That's his first foul. Daniel House is checked in for P.J. Tucker. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Double team on Westbrook. Here's Gordon. The Rockets again can't hit. For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvements here. It's LeVert on the wing. He's guarded by Rivers. That's tipped. Pass to Dinwiddie to stop the drought. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Here's Westbrook, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. Westbrook's got 5 points now this quarter.
And usually teams go on runs, and it comes from a lot of layups and dunks, but not now.
The pass to Dinwiddie. Over Westbrook. Dinwiddie's shot is off. Now the Rockets with it. They're on a 12-4 run. Rivers passes to House. Excellent D there from Allen.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
Prince misses. And it's Westbrook with the ball. He brings it up for Houston. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half. Capella and the dunk by Capella.
Well, he's such a good athlete for a center. It's how he's able to succeed despite being one of the smallest fives in the NBA.
Now LeVert. He's got 5. Dinwiddie outside. Knocks down the 3 ball. Dinwiddie's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. You can't get that one to fall. And so it's the Houston Rockets in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. And we'll be back with you shortly. Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. And Brooklyn has possession. 9-point game. Harden and Gordon are out on the wing. Tucker and Capella are up front. And it's Rivers in at the point. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Harris looking it over. 6 to shoot. Irving from long range. And it goes for the 5th time in 10 shots for him this game.
There's a marksmanship from Kyrie Irving. The lightning quick release. Boy, defender better have his hands up and ready.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Durant, no good.
And they continue to control the glass.
Passes it to Harden. Fires the 3. And Rivers gets it to go in on the assist by Harden. And it's an 11-point Rocket lead. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. Irving finds Harris. Launches a 3. Rebounded by Tucker. Tucker's got his 4th rebound in this one. Pass to Gordon. A little over a minute and a half of the 4th quarter gone now. Off target with his 3. Nets trailed by 11. Harris outside. He kicks to Allen. These defensive coaches in our meetings, Doris, talk about their players staying on a string, helping the help defenders in this league are important.
No doubt, and there are certain guys who are gifted defensively. Paul George, to me, was a defensive player of the year category. Rudy Gobert, multi-time winner of the defensive player of the year. Rudy is considered a great shot blocker, and no question that's the case, but it's because his defensive rotation is so good. Guys like Marcus Smart, the ones willing to give up their body, fly around the floor, be great anticipators. I mean, that impacts winning.
Aren't they fun to watch?
So fun. Well, this has not been his finest hour, but give your teammates some credit for doing the job of stepping in.
KD's shot is good.
Well, that's the poise of Kevin Durant. He knows he has the advantage inside over just about anyone in this league.
Dinwiddie against Harden. Dinwiddie with the steal. Irving for 3. He scores his 6th bucket from the floor with that one. He's shot the ball 11 times.
Have to love the ball distribution. Keep everyone involved.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
And he could tell his guys starting to wear down a little bit. Call time to just let them get their legs back under.
Now the presentation of our Jordan player of the game, James Harden.
And his focus, guys, has been laser sharp, and his touch from the field, flawless. The teammates have worked hard to get him the ball in some good positions, and boy, has he rewarded them with a spectacular shooting performance. Great call to keep running all those sets for him.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Mike D'Antoni was talking about with his team. He talked about the mindset they need to have and what he wants to see the rest of the way. Engagement at both ends and making good decisions with the ball. Guys?
Inside, outside, Harden will attack you nice play.
Timeout called the Nets. They're down by 8. 1:53 left in the fourth. .153 left in the fourth quarter. And here is Durant. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. They get Russell Westbrook.
You know, the thinking, Kevin, is defensively you're trying to close off the lane. But how crafty is Kevin Durant at his ability to bounce off and still make you commit?
So the first one drops, and that narrows the gap to 7. And both free throws good for Durant.
And good aggressive basketball in that trip, drawing the foul, converting the free throws, and then also narrowing the gap.
Here's Harden. Field goal number 9. He's 9 of 12 with that basket.
And it's another James Harden special we're witnessing here tonight. I think this fella's got some game.
Durant against Capella. KD looking around. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Allen's shot is off. Houston leading by 8. Harden outside. Wants to get it to Westbrook and does. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for Houston.
You know, a team can have a great shooting night without getting a lot of assists, but tonight they had both.
Yeah, and listen, you only get the assist if the guy you give it to makes the shot. So a lot of assists will up your field goal percentage, but this was a great team effort by everyone.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for James Harden.
This guy has been shot-making all night long. He commands the rock and takes over.
Chandler dishes to Allen. And that one, good.
Boy, that's a little bit of toughness and concentration. Jarrett Allen under duress of the defense. Nicely done.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Here's Capella. Brooklyn with the rebound.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
That boy, to have someone back there who can erase your mistakes. What a big-time asset defensively.
Now here's Gordon. So we see the Rockets get the win here. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.